So I'm looking at this yarn inspirations pattern. It says cast on. You ever see that before? And it says cast on so many loops or stitches or whatever. And I'm like, there's so many different kinds of cast ons. I wondered, because Yarn Inspirations has standards that they designed to, maybe they're asking us to do a certain kind of cast on with actually not telling us what it is. So I decided to reach out to my mentors, Gayle and Svetlana over at Yarn Inspirations, and I asked them, is there a standard that Yarn Inspirations is following? So they came back with 3 things that they do with the cast on process. So you can pick one of the 3, or you know what, do your own thing and do it however you want. I'm gonna show you what those 3 are. So let's go through the 3. We have video description already available for you for the time markers if you just want to skip this gobbledygook and get on with it. First one is the cable cast on. So you can see how that's done. You can determine if you like that or not. The next one is 1x1 rib cast on. So if you're having stuff where you're ribbing, especially on a brim of a hat, they say this actually turns out to be a lot better and it looks more consistent to the edging. And the last one is called twist and transfer. So I'm going to show all 3 in this video today on how it's done, and you can pick whatever one you want. And of course, if you like something else, then go ahead and just do it. So let's do a cable cast on. We're going to start off with a slip knot. Remember, we have slower tutorials available for different things, and the slip knot is one of them. The trick to this particular cast on is that you got to be relatively loose. To begin, you are going to put this needle inside this loop. Use this finger just to kind of hold it from sliding off, and you're sharing the same loop. Take this yarn here and wrap around the back needle. Don't be too tight. This is my 3rd take because I've been too tight. Got to lay off the Wheaties or something. So I'm just going to pull through. And when I pull through, I want to provide extra slack. And I need to transfer this onto this needle, but I need to transfer it with a twist. It's called twist and transfer. And I'm going to take this needle and come on the underside of this loop and collect it off. And once you confirm that this one is going in, you can remove this one here. So this is the first stitch that you'll have to do, okay, the first section. The next and the rest of them are all going to be in this formation. So we're going to stick in between the 2 loops that you see here. And when you stick in, you're going to stick right in between the 2. It looks like this. You're going to take the yarn, going to the yarn ball, and you're going to wrap the back needle. And when you wrap it, you're going to bring it through the 2 right in between. If you hold on to this, it will literally pull this down, because if you don't have any slack, it won't come with you. So just kind of hold on it, and as you pull, it gets tighter and tighter to the point that it cannot go any further, and the tip should capture what was intention. But the trick is that you're going to want to wiggle this and provide a little bit more slack. Okay? So if you don't provide the slack, you're going to be hurting yourself emotionally later. So you need to twist and transfer onto this one. So come underneath and slide. And when you pull on it just to tighten a bit, don't over tighten, because you're going to hurt yourself again. That's just the way I describe this whole knitting, is like sometimes you make your life hard just because you want it to look pretty. This is the cast on process. So now you're going to come in between these 2 and you slide in. So if you're too tight, good luck getting your knitting needles in there. So wrap the back needle. Again, hold on to it and let the tension as you pull on it, and so that it will stay with your needle. And then when you push up, let the slack, see, come on, and then twist and transfer onto your needle. I'll demonstrate 2 more times. So when you pull on it to kind of make it look even, don't pull it to the point where you're going to screw yourself later. So you're going to go through. Now the first row is always the hardest, to my point of view, not the cast on, but it's row number 1. That's where all the tension is. And then once I get past that, I can start whistling Dixie, if I knew how to whistle. And I knew what Dixie was. So I'm gonna continue and twist and transfer on, and one more time for good measure. So when I go to kind of pull on it, I don't want to pull too tight. And you can hear the squeaking, I'm sure. And when I pull, give it a little bit of slack before doing the twist and transfer on. So now you can do as many as you need to do. Okay, so I now have 6 loops on here, and so when I'm ready to go and knit or do whatever I need to do, you're just going to treat the cast on as normal. And this is a cable cast on. So let's try the 1x1 rib cast on. And this hat, I never demonstrated that because I just realized that this thing exists. I'm learning to knit, as you know. So what it would have done is that it would have taken the ribbing here all the way to the edge itself instead of the edge looking a little bit out of place. So again, always learning new things. And now that you're going to know this, is something that you can have for your little knitting toolbox for another time. So let's begin the 15th take of doing this damn thing. So I'm going to do a slip knot. I keep running back and forth to my computer because I'm getting paranoid that I'm screwing it up, and I am. So we're going to put this on, and we're going to tighten it to our needle. We're going to take this one, and I'm going to tell you where to shove it because after 15 takes, I got ideas. So I'm going to put this into the same slip knot, but I'm going to stay towards the back. So when you jam it in there, make sure that it's in the slip knot in the back side. Okay. Now I'm going to take this yarn, possibly strangle something, and just go around the back needle like this. It's all about the tension, folks. So what I like to do is I like to put it with the needle. So when I pull, it provides it extra tension, and so it wants to stay with that needle. So when I pull it forward, it's still on that needle. You can find your own ways to do things. And when you pull it through, I want you to pull a bit of extra slack. If you're too tight, you're going to hurt yourself emotionally later, just like I am now. Now, the trick to this is that I want to put it back onto this needle right here that I'm tapping. And in order to do it, I have to get this needle to sink underneath of it. So I want to go underneath this loop and capture it. And that did a twist and transfer. Big words for the simple mind today. And I'm going to pull this needle out. In this particular formation, this is a purl, this is a knit stitch. There will be a test, trust me. So just keep that in mind. In order for this particular cast on to work properly, you need to have an even number. So the first one's purl, the next one's a knit. So what's the next one gonna be? No, not a treble stitch, a purl. So the trick to doing the next purl is that you have to get this yarn in front of this needle here. If you go like here, you're going to like having to rip it out. So sneak under this yarn first, and you need to go in between the 2 stitches here. Okay, but you need to come at it from the back side. So you need to come from the back and have the needle face you and separate those 2 because, you know, they've been fighting in the playground. So you want to separate those 2. And you can turn it back like this. Take this yarn here and wrap the front needle. And like I shared with before, I just kind of pinch the needle and this yarn together. So when I pull on it, it provides extra tension. So when I go pull it and go away from me, it is still on the needle. And then I'm going to come up and I'm going to provide some extra slack. If you don't provide the extra slack, you may create words that are not in Webster's. So you're going to just provide extra slack. And in order to get it back onto this, you have to do the same thing as you did before with you coming up underneath and transfer on. Don't pull things too tight and don't drop your needles either. So now that was considered a purl. Now I'm going to do a knit stitch, okay? So now I'm going to stick my needle between these 2 guys now. They've been fighting too. So now I want to stick it and go right in between away from me. So it's right in between. And I want to take this yarn. This yarn has to be under this piece here. So if I left it on top, you're just pull this out right now and reset yourself and get in behind and wrap the back needle. And then bring it towards the front. Provide that extra slack. If you don't provide that slack, I'm serious, you're gonna have a rough time. So once you get the slack, you need to transfer this over. So you're going to just rotate your whole hands and sneak up underneath it and slide on, and you're good. And you know, you can tighten it up a little bit, but don't get crazy about it because you'll have to blame somebody, and I'm sure I'll be on your target list today. So we want to do the next one as a purl. So we need to sneak under this strand here first and come in behind and separate those two because they started fighting too. Everybody's fighting on this, on the needles today. So you're gonna come in between. The needle is facing towards you. This is in front, wrap it and take it towards the back. So take it outside, folks. So take it out to the back. VIP entrance right in the back. So you're going to provide a little bit of slack, and then you're going to put it onto your needles by sneaking up underneath and transferring it. It's a twist and transfer, and you can tighten it up a little bit. So if that was a purl, the next one has to be a knit stitch. And what's the problem? This yarn has to be underneath this needle. So just go up, keep it underneath, and separate those two because those two started having a blast. Just a fight bust today. So we're just going to wrap the needle and pull through. And you're going to do the twist and transfer on. So the trick to this particular stitch is that there has to be an even number. So 2, 4, 6, 8, or what, 8's missing. And who do we appreciate? Nobody. So it has to be in a number like this. So we have purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. I'm gonna do 2 more just because I got no life. And so I'm going to purl the next one. So I come in behind, the yarn is in front of the needle. And I'm gonna go towards the back. Twist and transfer. Oh my God, it's actually getting easier. I better not say that out loud. And then the next one has to be a knit. So I have to go in to this one with the yarn behind this needle and wrap the back. Now you can twist and transfer on. So it's an even number. So 2, 4, 2, I can't even count. 2, 4, 6, 8. So if we know that it's purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, when we start this row, we need to start on this one as being a knit stitch because the last one was a knit. So we're going to knit like this. So we'll knit, and then the next one has to be a purl because I said so. Okay, so to do a purl, you bring the yarn in front, and then you're going to purl that one. Well, this is breaking some brain cells for me today. So I'm gonna go knit, so I need to take the yarn to the back, VIP entrance, go into the next one. The first row is always the hardest row for me. It's the row that makes me want to quit knitting. But once I'm past the first row, I can relax and calm down. And then I'm going to knit or purl the next. I have no idea what I'm doing. And so what this is doing is it's keeping it in sync with the very first cast on that you did, like so. So if you had to do in the round, also you would have to do those even numbers in order to keep the sync of the pattern so that you could have those knitting hats in the round so it looks like it belongs. And so that's something that's very doable. So the very last one should be a purl, just like that. And so the difference between the first time that I showed you on my first sample versus this one is that you can see that the stitching work goes right ribbing to the edge. How's that for you, right? Let's move along. Number 3 and the final is a twist and transfer. If you've been following me throughout my journey in the last couple months, you've been noticing that I've been doing the twist and transfer. And I want to leave this behind. And so how you do this is that you got to be a little bit easy on yourself. It's a tight cast on, just so you know. So if you're getting tight, it's not you, it's the yarn. So going in and knitting it like you normally would. So this is going to the yarn ball, wrap the back needle and through. And like the cable cast on, when you just give it a bit of slack, and we need to twist it so that this needle comes underneath and collects from the bottom side up. Don't be too tight here because you'll hurt yourself in row number 1. Okay, so then the first one's done. You'll come in and it's like you're knitting. Wrap the back needle, give it the slack you need, and do a transfer like this. This cast on can be exceptionally tight, so you may not enjoy it as much as others, but it's a nice easy one. It's a nice easy one. And the advantage to something like this is that you don't need the long tail in advance to know how many stitches that you're going to need, or how many yards that you're going to need of that in order to do a long tail cast on concept. So it's an advantage that you're not wasting as much yarn if you're guessing incorrectly. And this here would be then the twist and transfer. We hope you had a good one, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.